I'm really only doing these streams now as like if some news pops up. While I've gotten a lot out of my off, no, let me rephrase it. While I've gotten a lot off my chest when it comes to this situation with Quantum TV, I feel like there's still more that needs to be discussed, and more shit keeps popping up. I have more work I actually need to do, so I'm gonna hold off and keeping the stream. Hey, Mr. Gamer. Hope you're doing well, man. Need to add a few more things before the stream really gets going. Hold on, let me turn on the audio. So what I was planning on doing, I was gonna start Repzion's video because um I think it was, yeah, you were the one to show me. He had that message from Quantum and he posted a tweet
Yep.
about it. Yeah, that was the one you showed me. I was actually about to show it right now in
Yeah,
this one.
there's a screenshot where Repsion responds to Quantum.
Yeah, he was. It was funny because he was happy about it.
Yeah, because he was like, "Oh well, look who it is! It's Quantum."
He was like, "Well, well, well, it's been a long time."
Oh man, yeah, because Quantum commented on Repsion's video. Not even I don't even know if it was at least an hour, half an hour after the video was uploaded.
Yeah, it was like
Um,
it was out of nowhere too. It was so weird.
and and then Repsion tweeted about it on his Twitter. I believe I sent you his tweet as well. And Hammer Convoy, by the way, if you see a tweet from him, that he made a tweet regarding it, and that saying that Quantum was coping even back in 2021. And there's a screenshot directly from it. Now, mind you, the account has been suspended,
Whose account?
and the Hammer Convoy one has been suspended. But you can still see the picture. If it's possible, you might still be able to show the screenshot.
I'll have to see it again because I don't think we talked. I don't think we talked
Uh,
about that one. If you
Let
can
me
find it, let
see.
me know. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm
Uh,
gonna pull up Repsion the video and watch it.
this one right here.
Oh, see it.
Can you be able to like? Can you still okay when you like tap or click on the screenshot? Are you able to like
No,
see it?
it does say it's suspended. It must have just happened,
Okay.
as you were saying. So I'm
Let me.
gonna show display.
I have an idea. I have an idea. Then I'm going to share it. I'm going to share the screenshot at least the way he showed. Let me real quickly do that. Let me download this real quick. If possible.
Okay, so while you do that, I'm going to show
Okay.
the.
I'm just gonna take a screenshot. I'll just take a screenshot of it so that way I can then send it.
All right. I'm gonna
Okay.
show
There we go.
the. I'm gonna find the
Now I
comment
got
because
it.
he might have deleted it. He might have deleted it, so you can't find it, even though this video
There you
just
go.
came out. You got it?
Oh wait, wrong thing. Sorry. Let me real quickly do this again. Let me do this again. Um, Let me real quick.
What's funny is Rambo tweeties on. I could probably talk, send him a message and be like, "Yeah, you want to join me in the MG in a chat, so we can talk." Cause yeah, I told you about what happened with him yesterday, right? I told you about what
Yeah.
happened. It was the random police arrival at his house from an anonymous call. I was gonna say because I don't think I said this either yesterday or whenever I made the video. I was like, why the hell would a random why the hell would he because it was let me think. It was quantum what he said in the oh I already saw that you already sent me the mess that image of his
Yeah, but it's suspended. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. The account was suspended. The one that showed the screenshot.
the one where he says the Reddit is cancer.
Yeah, that account, the Hammer Convoy. By the way, that's a friend of mine that put that tweet out. Their account was suspended. I don't know if you'll still be able to view the screenshot. I don't know on your end.
That was wild. But I was gonna say I was gonna I think because I don't think I did this. I was gonna connect the dots to what he said in that message about that Discord, that really long one where he said he wished death on on the people covering this as a quote unquote smear campaign. I wanted to point out because I
Oh,
don't think I said this. I was like, I like how he points out that he would threaten his Ackman's mother, but he wouldn't use his own phone line. He would use an anonymous line. And funny enough, here comes Rambo telling me about how he gets this random ass anonymous call that apparently contacted the police on his house. That led to the police coming to his house. So I wanted to connect that real quick before watching a video. So I had the Ackman's tweet as a separate tab, and I'm actually about to pull up the things that Rambo sent me in the Discord. So
sounds
probably gonna.
good. Oh, about that, real quick. Minxie actually showed, I believe, I don't know if it's the Ackman showed this, but there is a picture that Minxie showed after showing that the whole, wishing everybody else, everyone involved, a painful death. That Anonymous, the transphobic head moderator in Quantum's Discord server, put out an announcement saying that they deleted the drama whatever channel that message Quantum sent was in there, and that they moved on from the controversy and all this other stuff. So that's confirmation. Anonymous, that transphobic head moderator, the Discord one, removed Quantum's message and the channel that message was in entirely.
Hmm. Very suspicious. Oh, I can hear myself echo. So yeah, I'm gonna pull up the this tweet again for everyone to
Uh,
see. So it's the same tweet that I pointed out before, the one where he says
Let me just real
the
quickly
most
do that.
painful death. Looking further up, he says, "Fact is, if I threaten his mother, why would I use my actual phone number? Why am I not arrested if his mother was actually threatened?" I want to point out the first sentence. If I threatened his mother, why would I use my actual phone number? Weirdly enough, I get a message from Rambo. I talked with Rambo the other day. We talk, and he points out to me this. An anonymous call. The cops showed up because of an anonymous call of a strange odor coming from our condo, which there wasn't. If there had been, our HOA and other condo owners would have said something. So I'm sus that Quantum may have called since we never had an issue in 7 years that we have owned the condo. Which, because I think I did say this, maybe when we talked last night, but I didn't say it in the stream. Why the hell would Quantum point this out? Why would he be so open about using an anonymous line to threaten someone or have the police on someone? It's very suspicious. So that's what ends up. So that's what I wanted to point out with this one, and how like hella sus it is. Let's just put it like that for now. It is extremely suspect for him to have these weird, to say these things, and then
It's like cryptic messages almost.
yeah, encrypted messages almost. Definitely, I would
Yeah,
say it's
cryptic.
encrypted.
Very, very cryptic.
So the next thing I want to talk about in the stream was what you sent me, the tweet from Repzion. I'm gonna zoom in my screen a little bit so everyone can see just that. And there we go. Repzion states that Quantum TV is already commenting on my video. LMAO. Let me go find now. Let me reset my screen a little bit. I'm gonna go find that tweet you sent me about it. I think still there. Should be still there.
Yep.
It's, by the way, it's so weird how he just comments on someone's video like this. Like, what the fuck? So, oh god, it is extremely zoomed in. I actually have to zoom out a bit. So for everyone who hasn't seen it, this is the message that Quantum TV sends to Repzion. Says the guy making an unprovoked video to slander someone, not talking about them. You drama channels are all the same. Anything for clicks, no matter how false it is. SMH. Now, I haven't seen the full video, so I wanted to see it here. I saw like a little bit of it just a few minutes ago. I want to like get like a whole reading of it now while it's pretty much fresh.
By the way, show these right here, these screenshots right here. One of them is from Ninjishin AV, the one that Quantum had harassed as well as harassed his girlfriend and doxed his legal name and phone number on his community tab. And remember that Minxie one person I was referring to that I am a moderator for on their live streams? They also put a comment out underneath Repzion's video after I directed them to Repzion's video.
I have the tab set up. I'm going to show them right here. Hopefully they don't look awkward. This here is Ninjishin. This is the first comment. A little subtle, just excellent. Mr. Smithers over here. Or I don't remember his name. That's Mr. Smithers. What the fuck? And there's Mixie1. I already covered the Discord BS, however, one of my mods directed me here. I'm damn sure I will be doing another Quantum live stream. Quantum TV is an unhinged extremist and needs to be banned from all social media platforms for scams, abuse, wishing harm and death on everyone, and so much more. The list goes on and on. So blown away by the levels of evil. I think Mixie1 pretty much represents how we all feel at this point. Blown away portions of violence and other dumb shit. Now play Repzion's video. Hopefully get the whole gist of it here. You can watch it on your end too if you want. Just pull it up on your phone or wherever you're watching it on. Then we'd have like a little watch party going on.
Alright, sounds good.
So I'm about to start watching it here on the stream. Well, I was like accidentally click it off.
In typical fashion with modern Sony and their social justice warriorism, they have a big black pandering push. Now, I don't know if you see my skin color. I'm clearly a black guy, and I have no hate for black people. I'm one. Okay, but the problem is, I don't like when they're doing priority over equality because, before in the last game, you had an equal mix of everything, right? And it was real-world stuff. It looked like the real world we live in. It actually goes to different regions and different places. This, in every single region and in every single cutscene, there's oddly multiple black people that have to be placed in that cutscene with more on-screen time than any other race, and it gets to the point where it's really uncomfortable. Essentially, in a nutshell, though, the name of the game should...
This is like, he's like the exact opposite of the people who were begging for more diverse characters. Like all the SJWs that wanted more diverse characters in entertainment. They're like, why would you make this character white? Why couldn't you make this character black or some shit? Like that is pretty much Quantum in a nutshell. He's the polar opposite of those people at this point. It's fucking weird how he just goes on and on and on about how uncomfortable it is. It's uncomfortable like when you think about it, and it's like the only thing that they're doing for a certain like let's say video game, for example, when all you really have going for it is a diverse cast of characters, and that's all the game has to it. I don't really see the like it's uncomfortable. I just see it simply as the game is bad, and the only thing it has going for it is a diverse cast. Diverse cast of characters.
I would think that diversity in a video game in terms of like the representation of minority groups or like African Americans, anyone that's being represented in a video game, I would think that would be a good thing, right? At least in that sort of way.
Well, it's kind of like what Actman talked about a few years ago in his video about feminists and SJWs versus the gaming industry, where it was like in movies that are from Africa, you only see the majority of the characters are African, so it's like you can see where it comes from. A lot of it has to do with culture. So like again with the African movies, you're not gonna see many white people in an African in a location in Africa. It's all mostly
True.
gonna be Africans. Also, Rambo's in the chat. Rambo, if you want to join the Discord call, just text us in the text in the chat. Let us know because I can
Yeah.
get one started.
Let us know, man. Let us know.
Oh yeah, I also forgot to show one last the other portion of the messaging that he and I were talking about that I was mentioning earlier. There was this other bit. So that first part was like a large chunk of the message that was like wanted to talk about. By the way, we're not fully confirmed. By the way, when he says quantum, we're both pretty much not really confirmed. At least I wouldn't confirm it. I don't know if Rambo is. I don't think he is either. But for this second portion, this one was like what it kind of associated with as a possibility as to why the police came.
Yeah,
There was
because think about what happened with Ninjishin. Ninjishin exposed Quantum for not knowing shit about uh what was it called, burn-in and TV calibration settings, and him being the supposed master calibrator, whatever. And as soon as he did, Ninjishin was getting harassed. Spam calls up the ass, and his girlfriend was too. There were addresses of her family being shown to her. Them spoof numbers, spam calling them both, making it seem like they were calling each other. His business being contacted through email and all this other shit going on. And as soon as he filed an ICC report, all of that just stopped. It ceased. All that harassment just suddenly ceased out of nowhere. So
Yeah.
I find it very suspicious and quite coincidental, if I have to be honest, that it's kind of going down that same route with Rambo.
So Rambo also mentioned this is what I'm showing on the screen right here. Lol, not sure that's right. Oh no, that's the second image. So Rambo, there's two. The first one was this one that we were first discussing, and you talked about the anonymous call. This was the main part of it. I was just showing this other part here was something you had mentioned later on. You had mentioned about they were looking for ex-daughter-in-law because she had a warrant and they wanted to search the condo. Because you mentioned that there was like an odor. There's maybe something having to do with the person who had the warrant. But that's pretty much what I wanted to show. It was these two images. But yeah, Rambo, I was earlier in the stream, I'm trying to link what you had told me to Quantum talking about how I can do it again here real quick. Let me pull it up. It was what he says here in the stream, or not stream, in the Discord. He says, "If I threatened his mother, why would I use my actual phone number?" So it kind of insinuates the idea that he would actually be willing to use an anonymous phone line to threaten someone, which is like really fucked up. Like, why would you do that in general? Don't just like you can't.
He would use *69. Like the whole like no call ID shows up on the other side.
Yeah.
And you won't know who's calling you, kind of thing. Like something like that, possibly too.
You know what's funny is that even if he was trying to pull that shit, I wouldn't pick up my phone. Not once have I ever picked up my phone for like the scam ID, and like only once did I pick up my phone to get a call from someone who I've never heard or don't have their number in my like phone book in my phone. That's the only time that's ever happened. So even
like
if
in your
Quantum,
contact.
yeah, like so even if Quantum was trying this shit, I wouldn't pick up the phone anyways. Like he would legit just have to fucking email me or some shit, which he probably does know what my email is by now. And I was like, because I emailed him like, don't you pull this fucking public record shit on me, bud, and cause my family to be in danger with their livelihood. Pretty much said that in like an email towards him. So yeah, I was connecting these two earlier, man. It's like, why the fuck would you? It's like, even if you know that if you threaten someone with an anonymous call, they wouldn't be able to track you like directly, you still shouldn't do it regardless. It's like, it's kind of like when you see kids do something bad in school, like when you were a kid and you would see a kid do something bad, like maybe they cheated on a test. Just because they're doing it doesn't mean you should do it either. In this case, it's like, just because you have this option to threaten people with an anonymous call doesn't mean you should do it in general, Quantum. It's
just because you what was it? Just because you can or just because you could doesn't mean you should or something like that.
Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty much that. I wanted to keep watching this Repsion video because I feel like this video is going to be pretty good.
It should not be called Elden Ring. The name of the game should be called You Died. And I think if you're smart, you'll just play something else. So many hours losing time away from your life. So I would say this game is for somebody who really is looking for a sandbox. They have no family, no friends, no life, and they have literally thousands of hours to grind away. And it's not fun. There is nothing fun about this game.
Welcome to the Quantum.
I still like how he says this is for people who have no life and can just grind away thousands of hours. I think a lot of people do have lives, Quam. They have things they have to do. But they are able to squeeze in about 8 hours in their week to just grind away and playing a game. Which is like, there's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of people that would prefer spending like 8 hours in their week just playing one game straight. I wouldn't mind.
TV Files. This man has been making waves in the YouTube community in the last...
Repsion decided to cover the situation, and he's heard about it. As you can see, he's no small content creator.
Rambo says that Repsion trolled Quantum in his live stream. So I guess that was the one that he had that's an hour long talking about the Sony X95K or some shit. If it was, oh man, I have to go to that. We have to go to that stream and not watch any of it and just look at the chat. Just speed through the chat and find every single Repsion chat reply. Because my god, that has to be some of the funniest shit possible. Holy crap.
The most recent live stream, you mean, of Quantum's?
Yeah, that recent live stream he had to have like said something about it. It has to be it must be like fucking hilarious.
Double check, man.
I'm pulling up. I'm gonna check on my phone right now. While we play the video. I'm gonna have the video play while we check it. Oh, Repsion troll. Yeah. You said yeah. Rambo said yes. He did.
He did.
Rambo, I'm gonna make you a moderator just so you can pull these things up in the chat, just so we can find them, bro. Please find it. Add as a moderator. Yes, you are now a moderator. If you can find like screenshots of it, because I'm gonna look through. If you can find screenshots, please, please show us, or please send it in the chat so I can pull them up for the stream. This would be hilarious.
I didn't even know that, because if I knew that, I would have shown that to Minxie, and I didn't even know that shit. Damn. I didn't even check, because I don't want to give him views, you know? I don't want to give him none of that shit. He doesn't deserve it.
Well, it's not like it's working for him. It's like, even if bro, his video from like 5 days ago, even at 66,000 subscribers, it has less than 10K views, and it's a 5-day-old video. Like, by this point, most people with that type of subscriber count, they can reach 10,000 within 3 days or some shit. Like, typically your subscriber count will or your viewer count will sort of like be
reflect.
Will reflect, but sometimes it'll be like 1/5 of the amount of your subscriber count. It doesn't show at the count because they deleted it.
And on top of that, his videos usually receive a shit ton more dislikes than likes.
Oh wait,
I've noticed.
Wait, Rambo found them. Rambo sent me the messages. You sent me the. We gotta see it as soon as we can get through some of this video because this video is probably
month and a half for a controversy that he himself created, all because he doesn't have self-control. Now, the origin of Quantum TV on the surface.
Well, it's not even just self-control. Self-control is one thing. I would also say that he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, nor does he do enough research. Like, he perfectly, like, it epitomizes him when he mentions the fact that he's new to the franchise, and he says in his Elden Ring review, like it was the second part, he didn't even know that Elden Ring was made by the same people that made Dark Souls, or that was a part of the Dark Souls franchise. So it's like, so you didn't do research. You're a tech guy, but you don't do research on a video game? Like, I get, like...
The only reason why he bought... Excuse me. The only reason why he bought or purchased the game, Elden Ring, is because of the hype, and that's it. He didn't even think about looking at reviews, looking up at reviews, or anything, typing in, hey, you know, Elden Ring, what is the difficulty level, or any like useful info to at least see if it's worth purchasing or not.
It's not even the fact that he didn't research about the game or look up the reviews. It's the fact that he didn't look up who made Elden Ring and see it's made by FromSoft. And they're like, oh, so who's FromSoft? And it was showing you the list of every single person or every single game that FromSoft made. It would have shown up on a list on like Google. So it's like very confusing. It's like, why wouldn't you do all this research for televisions? Like, you're willing to go through hours upon hours of learning about every single aspect of a television, but you can't take 10 minutes out of your day to look up who made Elden Ring and what the developers have made before that? Like, what the fuck? You're only buying the game because of hype? It's like, no, it's not even that. Like, for me,
he judges the game. He judges the game too by the graphics.
And that is a terrible thing to like argue for a game. Like, I think at the end of the day, and this may be just me, graphics for a video game are like the frosting on the cake. Like, you gotta make sure the cake tastes good before you can add the frosting. You gotta make sure the cake is sound. You gotta make sure it looks good, that it was baked well, and that it tastes good without frosting. So when you do add it, it makes it even better. So, like, let's say Halo Combat Evolved, for example, because I know Every Frame of Pause has been talking about Halo for like the last 3 hours. Halo Combat Evolved is a great game. Like, the controls are great and everything. I've played a little bit of it myself. Yet, its graphics are from 2001, which aren't like today's standard now. Yet, it's still a timeless classic in many people's eyes. Super Mario 64, same thing. It's great because it plays well. It's great because the music like supports the game as well. So, and even though
the first, if not the very first game to do like the whole 3D stuff, and the controls are actually really fluent for the time, especially.
Oh yeah, especially that. You know, it's like, so at the end of the day, it's not always about the graphics. The graphics cannot elevate a game's, you know how good a game is. Like, let's say, let me think of a good game or a game that's bad with pretty good graphics. I would say Anthem. Everyone says Anthem is a really bad game, and I understand why when you realize the game was published by EA, and they gave their developers like a short, finite span to develop the game, and it ended up becoming a rushed mess. The game looks beautiful, but it was a broken mess at launch, and now the game is one of those dead games. Like, it would have been better off being vaporware. That's how bad it's been for Anthem.
Or how about Cyberpunk 2077?
Cyberpunk 2077 is another good example. While I understand CD Projekt Red has been trying to like add updates to the game to make it better, it doesn't work when the game like is now infamous. Like, the only game that I know that really had that bad start and was able to make a stellar comeback and now be a revered game is Hello Games No Man's Sky. Like, it's one of the few games that I know. I could point out Star Wars Battlefront 2 by DICE and EA, which is ironic considering the fact that, you know, DICE did everything in their power to make Battlefront 2, their version of Battlefront 2, a good playable game. Yet at the same time, they fucked about with Battlefield 2042 to the point where I didn't, even as a casual Battlefield fan, I didn't want to go anywhere near it. Like, I've been just sticking with, I haven't been able to get Battlefield 4. The most I've gotten out of Battlefield is Battlefield 3 and Battlefield Hardline. Like, that's how much of a casual I am. And even then, they didn't even give me any sort of like incentive on getting their newest game. There was no incentive for me to get it, especially when the beta was out, especially when, you know, everyone discussed about the game and like, why is the game so shit? There was nothing that EA and DICE could do to change my mind and other people's mind about the game. That's why it's like dead now, 4 months after its launch or 6 months after launch or some shit. It's a dead game. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's not about the graphics. The game's got to be good itself before you can start discussing other things. It's got to function well. It can't be broken. It can't be buggy. It can't be glitchy. And we'll leave it at that. Let's keep watching this video. Also, I wanted to see what Rambo made. Repsion, apparently Repsion super chatted and asked Quantum how he should go about telling his family that he likes kissing men. What the fuck? My voice on Discord is robotic due to messing with the trial version of animation software. Okay, now we have to watch that clip. We're gonna have to stop here and watch this, bro. If I can actually see it, or at least like a portion of it, I'm subscribing to Repsion right fucking now. I'm going to tell everyone else to subscribe to this man because he just made the funniest shit.
Zoop. Okay, I got one more question. Mrs. Q handed me another phone. She says, you said, brother, where did it go? It just,
oh, let me pull it up. Sorry about that. Let me get this. Let me pull this up on, I gotta move it. I gotta move it from my monitor with all my stuff onto here. This has to be the greatest fucking clip ever. It's a minute long, but bet I can work with it. Well, it's 12 seconds in. That is what was deleted.
Wait a minute. Daniel G. Perez. Oh, never mind. That's not him. Okay, that was Timothy Swan. Okay, that's another one. Leon Williams. Okay, another one. Powell. Okay. I'm trying to look. Now you gotta be looking here.
I have this clip up right now. I'm about to see it on stream.
Snapped out of.
Hold on. I'm trying to see for myself so I can tell you the timestamp of where you can find it. Hold on. Oh my god, fucking Nesquik himself, the fucking rapper that about the whole rich man bullshit. He fucking donated $20 to Quantum.
How much money was donated to Quantum?
$20. Nesquik. Remember Nesquik, the one that made that terrible rap about being a rich man, and if you had a hater for every, what was it? If I had $1 for every hater I had, I would be a rich man.
I know that saying. If I had $1, that was definitely a goofy ass saying. But jeez, 20.
Jesus Christ!
I mean, I've seen larger donations.
But Nesquik donated another $20.
Jeez,
man, several people are donating to this motherfucker. I mean,
he's like, he knows that he's not making any money right now on his YouTube channel because every video that I've clicked on has no. Oh, Rambo has the stamp for you. 1 hour and 4 seconds, 10 seconds, or not 4 seconds. 1 hour, 4 minutes, 10 seconds in the chat. Yeah, I was about to see this clip. What is this clip?
Existence. Where did it go? Starts with a Z. Okay, way, brother, I'm sitting on 1,000.
My dude.
All right, talk to you later.
Yeah, talk to you later, man. I watched the rest of the stream.
All right, sounds good. was right before the what the fuck.
Zoop. Okay, I got one more question. Mrs. Q handed me another phone. She says, you said, brother, where did it go? It just, Thanos snapped out of, Thanos snapped out of existence. Where did it go? Starts with a Z. Okay, brother, I'm sitting on 1,008 hours. No, I already got that one. Yeah, I already got that one. Mrs. Q. Mrs. Q in the chat. We've got, let's see. Message deleted by Handicart Mexican. Ah, I see. I don't know. I feel like I've recognized that picture before. That, Repsion? I feel like I've seen that person before. I can't remember where, but I'm pretty sure I've seen that before. I don't know. Message deleted by Handicart. You guys don't delete anything if it's not bad. I didn't see it, so I trust your judgment 100%.
Alright, I'm gonna find that later. I still do want to finish watching this Repsion video because even though it's 31 minutes long, there seems to be a lot of good stuff in this. So I'm gonna go back.
Looks like a innocent man, a man that when you go to his YouTube channel you will find specializes in reviewing TVs. What puts this man on a different level than other TV reviewers on YouTube? Well, you see, the tech community on YouTube, because, YouTube has all these little niches of communities, they don't like this guy, and for good reason. Quantum TV is the kind of dude who, no matter what you say or what you do, you can never just come to an agreement. He always has to be the last word. He always has to play the professional victim while simultaneously making choices and decisions that make people hate him beyond the normal scope of hatred on the platform. And you see, Quantum TV has also, he shouldn't even be on YouTube because his previous YouTube channel was suspended. And the only reason that we're talking about him now is because he made one of the worst video game reviews of all time, attacking anybody who enjoys something that he doesn't. He's created a fantastic standard for judgment and criticism, and we're going to be responding and going over some of his most recent drama in the last month and a half with another creator by the name of The Act Man. But before we begin, special thanks to the brand new sponsor of the channel.
Sorry, Repsion, I can't. We're gonna cut through because
Or in the UK or some other country in the world that blocks streaming websites.
still advertisement.
Video response to Quantum TV because Quantum TV made a video about the video game Elden Ring. Now, whether or not that is your type of genre of video game, it has won a lot of awards. People love the game, people hate the game. It's fairly a positive, well-received game. But I digress. Quantum TV made this horrendous video, and Mischief made a video response criticizing his video. And well, Quantum TV didn't like that and threatened to file a false DMCA strike on Mischief's channel, in which Mischief didn't really want to deal with the hassle that is a DMCA strike on your channel.
Looking at today doesn't criticize the game for any of that in its majority, but instead goes down the illegitimate criticisms of Souls like because God forbid a modern AAA title doesn't baby you through everything. So without further delay, let's get into this insanely bad critique of Elden Ring.
Really annoying when you do, because when you get a copyright strike, whether it's valid or invalid, and it gets removed on your channel, it limits your capacity on your channel. It doesn't allow chapter markers. You're no longer allowed to stream for a certain duration. It will actually block you from being streamed. It's really annoying process to go through. I myself have dealt with the DMCA process on YouTube. It has slightly improved. It doesn't always go through anymore, but every once in a while people still abuse the copyright strike. If there's one thing I can put my thumb on, is that if you are a creator or not a creator, there's one thing you don't do on the platform. You don't file frivolous copyright strikes against other content creators. If you do that, everybody's eyes are going to be focused on you. You're going to get a shit ton of negative publicity, and it's going to be harsh publicity, harsh criticism, because it's just something you don't do. If somebody makes a fair use video where I interject
There's not much for me to say right now because I pretty much agree with everything that Repsion is saying at this point, 6 minutes in. I just want to see what else he has to say.
Clips and segments, and I respond to something which I'm going to do in this video towards Quantum TV, that falls under fair use of comment and criticism. By law, that is what that constitutes as. Threatening somebody to DMCA them, saying, look at this, I got this guy to remove a video because he was critical of me of some shit video that I made. You, Quantum TV, essentially threw a gigantic bottle of gasoline on a fire and didn't expect it to catch.
I just love how he just fucking burps in it. No cut, no edit, no retake. It's just not fucking first take. I love that shit. That's some Diesel Patches type shit right there. Good YouTuber, by the way. He doesn't do videos anymore, Diesel Patches.
To ignite.
Oh boy. So as you guys know, I did a review on Elden Ring. That didn't go very well, apparently, for some people, and namely the veterans of the Dark Souls series. So I'm receiving some backlash now that I wanted to address with some of you, because a lot of you are not only being childish, but I don't think you're actually seeing this objectively. So
I love how it's so ironic how he says you're being childish and you're not seeing this objectively. It's like, so far about everyone who has, every notable person who has said something about this situation didn't seem childish, and they discussed it in an objective tone, or excuse me, they discussed this in a objective tone. Meanwhile, Quantum TV has been more childish and has been less objective with his discussions. Very ironic words coming from Quantum.
I will try to put this in a way that maybe you can understand, to understand where average players are coming from. You see, every single Dark Souls fan watching this video right now had to die 1,000,001 times to learn how to play that game. Using that experience, then laterally jumping over into Elden Ring, you're able to, again, experience that level of challenge, but it's not as hard because you've already done something.
No, pretty much, for what I understand, there are some mechanics that are similar in all From Software games, but at the end of the day, they all have a difference to them that you have to sort of engage, realize what the difference is, and sort of adapt to those differences. That's why they're all different games. They're not just the same game. And I've never understood this argument from people, especially from someone like Quantum. Why the fuck would you think that everything would be the same to allow more experience From Software players to know, or like it wouldn't be as hard for them? Like, everyone has been getting their ass kicked in Elden Ring. Now again, I can't say it 100% certain. I can't be like true with it without admitting that I haven't been able to play enough of FromSoft games, especially Elden Ring. I'm gonna try and play it eventually once I squeeze in some time in my day. Definitely gonna play that game. But other than that, it doesn't make any sense thinking that a FromSoft would keep everything 1-for-1 in the game. Are the bosses hard? Yes, but that's pretty much the only thing that they've kept same in these games. Are the difficult bosses, all the odds are against you type feeling with every single boss in a FromSoft game. And yes, Rambo, he certainly does throw the tantrums, the temper tantrums.
Similar before. Pops up, people talk it up, they say it's great. I give it a go as a complete and total outsider to the series. And you know what I met with when I...
So that's because you didn't do enough research. You probably didn't talk enough with those people about the game. You just went on with it. Like, even for something that I haven't watched, I'm able to discuss it because they break things down to me to let me understand why something makes sense and why something doesn't make sense. Those people are able to break it down for me. And if I talk with someone about something that they can't, I'll go and find someone else. But I'll definitely give that person the benefit of the doubt and believe what they have to say. And listen to all their thoughts on whatever it is.
I talk about flaws with the series, the same thing I met with the TV world, where when you mention a problem with something, fans of that series just damage control it. They'll say stupid, petty, chisty, catty, childish shit, like, oh, you've lost credibility because you've spoke your mind, you gave your opinion, you now have no credibility with me. Okay, bye, bitch. I don't give a fuck. The reality is, that's my opinion.
Yeah, this is a pretty bad. I don't know how Quantum thinks that this type of attitude. I don't even know. This video, the video has been deleted for months, and yet this clip still exists. The fact that he has this idea that he can talk like this in such an attitude, with such a nasty attitude, and everyone will be okay with it. You typically don't want to do this to anyone, even if you're like, you only would do this if it was in a joke. He could have used the Elden Ring trainer if he played on PC. The thing is that I hear that there's the magic, the mage, which I hear is pretty much Elden Ring's easy mode. Like everything is very easy, Rambo, when you use the mage. That's what I've heard from pretty much everyone. When I start playing Elden Ring, I'm definitely just gonna use the mage. No way I'm using anything else but that.
Based off of playing it as a new person. They have no easy mode. The graphics are dog shit. I mean, we're talking PS5 and Xbox Series X.
Once again, this type of language is how you stir up controversy. This is the type of stuff that will piss off the gorillas, the monkeys, you know. It's the you're fucking with the lines then, you know. You say these type of things and then you wonder why the lions didn't leave the den.
You really gonna sit there and tell me they tried their hardest to bring every little bit out of those machines? Of course not. You know that, man. And the thing that really pisses me off is all these fucking fans of this.
Okay, well, Quanta, again, I would also like to point out how he has to understand, while these consoles are supposed to be better than the previous generation, the one thing that has been a hindrance for gaming consoles since, like, I would argue the PS2, Xbox, and Dreamcast and Nintendo GameCube. The one thing I would argue since that generation is that certain developers will try to find a way to allow some games to be playable on both old or current gen and next gen. So like EA tried to do this with their Madden games and all their sports titles back when they would get Maddens for the PS2. Like look up Madden 2002. It's both available for the PS2 and the PS1. Like, I swear to God, it's there. So it's been going on for like the last 25 years. People, developers will try and create games that can be playable for old gen or current gen and next gen. It's a constant battle, with that sort of thing. Me personally, I would say just make games for the next gen and just don't focus on previous gen because there's not much you can do with that. There's only like a few exceptions. Again, sports titles can be an exception because some people say, why would I pay especially now, why would I pay $60 to $70 for the next gen game on a new console when I could just play the same thing and it'd be pretty much the same game, not much of a difference. The only time I don't think it should work is for, like, say, Call of Duty, for example. The fact that it's available for both Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S is really weird. Like, Vanguard should have just been an Xbox Series X and S exclusive. This has been and it's been ramping up. And the thing is that nobody talks about this. It's ramped up further, not from the PS2 gen, but from Xbox 360 to Xbox One. Activision, for some fucking reason, just has to make Call of Duty available on every single console. It was available for the Wii U. Nobody played it on the Wii U. Who the fuck would play a game like, especially Call of Duty Ghosts? It was Call of Duty Ghosts at the time. Who the fuck would play that on, especially on a shitty console like the Wii U? It was ridiculous. So I have no idea why, they took this approach. Especially, even in hindsight. Why the fuck would you think that this was a good decision? But yeah, this has been a problem for console generations. A lot of games get pushed in this drifted state where they can't make the most out of the new technology because it would fuck up everything, and they can't just stick to everything on the old console because it would also fuck everything up. So it's always in this drifting state. That's what happened with Cyberpunk. That's what happened with Battlefield 2042. These games get stuck in these drifted states where they can't make the most of the current gen and next gen. And it's kind of stupid. No, it is very stupid.
this game know that the graphical issues are there. They'll try to say it's okay or it's passable. It's shit. Be honest. PS5, Xbox Series X, Power Your Dreams, the Next Level Gaming, all that stuff, none of it happened, right? Okay.
Dude, not every game has to have these phenomenal graphics. Like, not every game has to utilize the processing power of every computer part and hardware. Like, what you're describing here is like the game has to be a certain graphical level for it to be good. The majority, if you're really critiquing a game based upon graphics, if that's your standard for judging a game is simply based upon graphics, then my goodness, you're missing out on so many great, fantastic video games over the last decade, simply because they don't push the console's groundbreaking hardware power, you know?
Then we look at the fact that when you look at
Repzion is 100% correct. Basically, just what I just said is basically what he just said, just a little bit better in like current terms. No game is great because it's able to push the hardware of the console. It's never been the case. Having a lot of good hardware is good, but it doesn't always work. I mean, for fuck's sakes, let me think. Madden 22 can't push the hardware. It crashes when it tries to be a simple game, a simple football game, even though it is a shitty football game. MLB The Show 22, people keep telling me it crashes on their next-gen consoles, which is why I'm just playing on an Xbox One. So, it doesn't really matter for graphics, especially when the graphics can't be pushed to its limit, because it'll just crash. The game will just crash every time. There's no point in bothering with top graphics.
the gameplay itself, it's clunky. The controls are shitty for a new person just getting in. I don't know how it is for you, but then even if you are a vet, you're still gonna die a bunch of times, right? You are.
I mean, I'm a PC player, so I almost always exclusively use a mouse and keyboard for everything, even games that don't require it. However, I hooked in my Xbox Series X controller, and honestly, it's really not that bad at all. The controls are really easy to use, and this is somebody who doesn't even utilize consoles or play consoles very, very, very sparingly. Not every user experience for a game is going to be what you think that you experienced as. And if you, that small minority of like literally maybe 5 people, want to vocalize how you feel about something that a lot of people love, you're going to have to expect backlash.
And the thing is, you have guys sitting up here acting like they never died once. They just one-shotted a boss. You're not one-shotting the boss. The way they made the game is so that the way the boss...
I never got a chance to say this. I fucking doubt anyone has ever said that they, or talked like they've one-shotted the boss. If they talk about the boss, it's because they know the boss was incredibly difficult to beat. And the fact that they did it on their own, or maybe with one other person, is a huge accomplishment in their eyes. Those individuals honestly do have the right to talk their shit. They have every right because they beat an incredibly difficult boss or overcame an immense challenge. There is a level. Have fun with your dinner, Rambo. Enjoy your dinner, because I just ate like 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago even. There is a level of satisfaction that should be made when you beat a difficult boss. And if you don't think that way, I don't know how your brain is functioning properly. You may need to get your brain checked because you're not functioning properly. I'm sorry. You have to feel some satisfaction when you overcome an obstacle. There has to be. It's human nature. Every human being in this world will feel satisfied when they defeat or overcome their challenges, when they overcome their demons, or just every mountain, or climb every mountain. You know every saying, you know how it goes. Hold on a second. I need to get a pillow to sit on. God, this seat. Alright, yeah. So pretty much you can't treat it like such and be like, oh, you don't act like you just beat him in a one shot. I don't think anyone would feel like proud that they one shot a boss anyways. It would be like anticlimactic, especially for a FromSoft game with an incredibly difficult boss. You'd be like, wow, that was it? That was not what I was expecting out of this difficult challenge. I was expecting more than just a simple one shot. That's kind of lame. I'm kind of disappointed by that.
boss hits you, it takes so much of your life away. That's very frustrating. Now, I don't know how many of you like to game, but let me just give you a little personal insight as to how I like to game. I come home from work, I'm trying to unwind, I'm trying to relax. I'm not trying to sit there stressed out on some fucking game, yelling at the screen, trying to
Okay, so I actually want to let him finish this.
I'm trying to relax. I'm
Sure,
not trying to
thanks. I
sit
don't wanna
there
get the whole
stressed out
comment.
on some fucking game, yelling at the screen, trying to hashtag get good, because that's like this mentality that all you guys have.
So, no one has a problem with you having a relaxing game to play when you get home from work, whatever your job is. That's not the problem. The problem is, why the fuck are you dunking on a well-crafted video game? There's no need to. Like, if he was dunking on Battlefield 2042, Cyberpunk 2077, let's just say No Man's Sky back in 2016. Let's just say those games, for example, because those had some really bad moments. Those games are either really bad or they had bad moments. Fallout 76 is another one. It's one thing if you were dunking on a bad video game. It's another thing to be dunking on a game that is a well consensus that it's good. Like, even if it's 80 to 20%, even if it's only 80% of people saying the game is good, that still means it's good. And especially if at least out of that 80%, over half of those people are able to say, this game is good and here's why, X, and it's because of X, Y, and Z. That's why Elden Ring is a good video game. So if they can do that, you really can't argue and say, oh, well, this game is shit, or this game is bad, or this game's a 0 out of 10. You can't do that. It doesn't work. It doesn't add up.
Trying to hashtag get good, because that's like this mentality that all you guys have kind of gotten submitted into. You guys literally sound like abuse victims, right?
Another moment of Quantum TV gaslighting. It's making, apparently, people who like Elden Ring, people who are into the get good hashtag, are apparently abuse victims. This was probably the thing that was the most gaslighting comment he could have made. This was probably the biggest one. Because all the other things, well, maybe the second biggest one, because there's obviously the one where he says at the end of the day, go kill yourself. So there's that one. But, this one is still pretty bad. Like, you shouldn't say some shit like this. It makes no sense.
Like you're in a really shitty relationship and that's just how it is, man. You just take it on the chin, man. It's how it is.
Yeah, great comparison. Let me explain to you something really simple for your degenerate, decaying brain cells, okay? If you have a long day at work and you come home and you play Elden Ring and it's, making you frustrated, you simply just click off the game. For you to place the responsibility of being relaxed on a video game, a game which you now know is designed to be hard and challenging, and that's your number one complaint is the game is challenging, despite the fact that that's what the game is designed for, to be a challenge, and you're not enjoying yourself after a long day of work, you just simply get off. Don't play it. It's not a video game's responsibility to make you relax when it's specifically known for being extremely difficult and hard to play.
Fuck that. You paid for that.
Precisely as Repsion says right here, this game was constructed not to make you feel relaxed. This game was constructed as a challenge. A difficult one of that. It's like any Call of Duty, with Call of Duty, obviously Elden Ring, Call of Duty, let's just say, what's another well-known difficult game that can be thought of? Because Call of Duty can sometimes can frustrate the hell out of you. Let's be real, it can be very frustrating. I don't know, but let's just use Call of Duty as my only example. When it comes to Call of Duty, the game can be very, very difficult if you're playing multiplayer, and if you're playing on the campaign, like, say, Call of Duty World at War, yeah, the game's going to kick your ass in many ways, more than not. Especially if you play on Hardened, or Veteran, excuse me. It's, I think it's Recruit, Normal. It's like a normal difficulty, then there's the Hardened difficulty, then there's Veteran, which is like grenade spamming hell in World at War. But, yeah. So, for a game like that, it can be difficult. That's not a game I recommend winding down with at the end of your day or when you come home from work. I mean, there's a lot of games out there that you can play that wind down. There's The Sims. Funny story. I fucking went to the thrift store the other day, found a disc, on the original Xbox for Namco Museum. Thought it had the game in it. I didn't check because people do this dumb shit. So I get home, and this past like Friday, I checked the fucking disc, and the disc doesn't have Namco Museum in it. It has a fucking copy of The Sims on Xbox. So now I just got this copy of a game that might not even play on my 360. Just sitting around just gonna collect dust now. It was so fucking stupid. But that's what I was saying. There's a lot of games that you can find. I said The Sims. You could probably play Roblox if you're into that sort of stuff. Minecraft is a good way to relax because you're not really doing much outside of building houses, mining in caves, and finding a few night monsters and stuff. It's actually a really good option to play. I would recommend that as a game to relax to. You could probably play Grand Theft Auto 5, like the campaign or something, and relax with that. I don't know. I mean, relaxation for some people are different things. But yeah, relaxing games, they do exist. There's a lot of them. It's just you have to find them. And that seems to be something Quantum doesn't want to do.
That experience. You shouldn't be saying that's how it is, or we just know that that's how these games are. It's not for everyone. A game that's not for everyone isn't a game that should be made, in my opinion.
Another gaslighting quote by the one and only Quantum TV. So we have abuse victims. A game that's not made for everyone is a game that shouldn't be made. At the end of the day, go kill yourself. And what was the one in the first? I don't remember, but that's like 4 or 5 quotes he has of gaslighting people. And it's like, you wonder, and then he gets mad when it's like, why are people mad with what I say? It's like, do you ever listen back to what you say? Because I feel like he doesn't.
Games are supposed to be fun, transcend the reality that we have right now, take you to new worlds, give you new abilities. You're allowed to do things that you never ever could do in the real world without consequence.
That is such a fucking stupid response. If the game isn't for everybody, it shouldn't even be made. So now you just want to limit people's creativity on game development, because if it doesn't fit your idea of what a game is for everybody, therefore it shouldn't be made. That is such an elitist mentality. If I can't enjoy it, nobody can, nobody should. Quantum, why is it when you get such backlash on like your Elden review, you delete the video?
I'm not gonna put it above. Yeah, that's a good quote, but that's not gaslighting, unfortunately. There's like 5 or 6 Quantum TV quotes that he's made where they just gaslight the shit out of people. That needs to be like a compilation of gaslighting quotes by Quantum TV. Maybe I can make it myself someday.
Hell, I get backlash on my content, and very, very rarely over the course of my 12 years on this platform have I ever deleted content. Very rarely does it happen. If you're so strong in what you feel about this video game, why'd you remove the video?
And be accessible to anyone regardless of experience level. That's why I play.
Anyways, Repsion, definitely another thing I can agree with them with. This video, don't worry, Repsion, this video is not a hard critique on you. I just want to listen to what you have to say on stream. Maybe add on a few things to what you have to say. Oh, you found the clip? Found the clip. Oh, wait. Alright, I'll take a look at that when I finish this video, because we're less than halfway through it. Still want to get through as much of it as possible.
Games. Like, I don't play games to be stressed out. And so when I pick up Elden Ring and I keep dying and the bosses are hard and you have to keep grinding, it just turns into a grind fest. If you took the thrill of dying a bunch of times out, or if the bosses were really easy, I'm pretty sure most of you die-hard fans would probably be pissed off and probably call the game what it really is: trash. You would.
The game is not trash. The game is really good. Even if I have never played it, I can tell from how the game is constructed. I can tell from watching other people, the game is pretty good. At least as an outsider, I can say that the game is good. Once I actually get to start playing it, I'll definitely say the game itself is good. I'll probably just roast the shit out. I'll find a way to find the original videos from his BS review and just roast the shit out of them eventually. Just for the
Think,
laughs.
right? As a gamer, you'd have people being welcoming. I had maybe 5 people in the whole comment thread. Like, hey, man, let's do those bosses together. I'll help you out.
Well, when you gaslight the audience that you're trying to be, where you're trying to fit yourself in, Quantum, you're not really gonna have a lot of people welcoming you. When you try to gaslight the audience that is supportive of a game that you're upset about, when you gaslight that audience, they're gonna be fucking pissed with you, dude. It's not how it works.
Only 5 people. The rest of them were like, oh, you're a clown. You've lost credibility. It's demeaning, player-shaming bullshit because you're new to a game that's known, by the way, for being incredibly fucking difficult. And it's your fault, not the dev's fault for not thinking of every single player of all kinds of walks.
Okay, I'm a new player for a lot of games. I was a new player for Star Wars Battlefront 2 when I was a kid. Got my ass handed to me probably 1,000 times before I got good at the game. Don't remember. I was new when I started playing Transformers video games. Got my ass handed to me when I played War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron multiplayer. Especially War for Cybertron multiplayer. People were pretty good at that. Whenever you're new, and this goes with any game or a new franchise that you're or a franchise that you're new to, you're not gonna understand it on your first go. And it's kind of like with anything in life. You gotta, take time to learn it. Knowledge is power, yes, but as the saying goes, with wisdom or with age comes wisdom. The longer or the more time you spend with something, the more you learn about it. Like imagine like holding a piece of dirt. Yes, it's a piece of dirt, but maybe as like an hour rolls on, you see more with the dirt, like you think more about the dirt. Maybe you have this dirt and you research about it and you learn more about this dirt. This pile of dirt that's just in your right hand or left hand, whichever your preference. Like it's possible. It happens,
Of life.
It is your fault. Do you just not simply take the time to look into a game before you buy it? I mean, for me, I typically don't go out and just spend $60 for any random game, right? Typically, I look at reviews, I read some articles about games. I mean, hell, we have like the Steam marketplace, right? Which is designed, you can read hundreds of reviews on these games and you can see what people have to say about it. It's almost like you just were so lazy that you just saw people hyping a game. So you said, okay, you know what? I'm going to jump on the hype train and buy this game. And now I'm disappointed because I didn't do any proper digging into looking into the game itself. So I'm going to shit and demean players who enjoy the game. This would be like me going to social media and attacking other folks who liked Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. It's fine if you like that movie. If you love that movie, that's fine. I personally did not like it. I think it was a really shitty movie. I think they destroyed a lot of Star Wars lore and characters. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to get mad at other people if they enjoyed it. People are allowed to enjoy things, but if you go on social media, a public platform, and you bitch at the players who enjoy the game, you don't think that there's going to be some outrage and people are going to call you a clown for simply not doing your due diligence to simply read reviews and look into the game before you spend your money on it? Not just that, but if you buy a game on Steam, you have a 2-hour, era of where you can get the full refund of the game back.
Everything that he says there, 100% agree with. Especially that Rise of Skywalker part. That fucking movie was fucking shit. But hey, if you do like that film, more power to you, by the way. I'm not gonna fuck with you, or not fuck with you. I'm not going to bother you or bully you or any of that shit. If you like the film, I'll just say, alright, that's cool. And move on with it. But if you try to explain to me why you think or why you found the film to be good, or why you can objectively claim that the movie is good, or say the movie is good and here is why, then I'm definitely going to perk both ears up and give you my full attention just so I can listen to your arguments or claims and break them down piece by piece. Simple
They
put.
don't care. It's a challenge, and it has to be for players who think every game is fucking easy, and if you aren't one of those players, then you are a scumbag, you filthy casual. At the end of the day, go kill yourself, man.
Dude. Oh my goodness. That makes me laugh simply because I haven't heard that in a YouTube video in quite some time, and it's fine. You can be edgy as much as you want. It doesn't really bother me that all that much. But I do find it ironic that you just said that despite you earlier talking about toxic communities, toxic video game players, and then you proceed to then say that in a video if people think and act differently on your perception of a video game.
So Review Tech USA, in a quote, he expects internet to be nice to him. I wouldn't say that that's like a simple way of putting it. He expects the internet to be nice to him no matter how he responds or no matter what he says, which is impossible to do. Because the second you open your mouth, people are going to be listening to what you have to say, and no matter what comes out of it, not everyone's going to agree with you. The problem is, if he recognizes the fact that not everyone on the internet will agree with them, he's already better off than where he is right now. But the problem is that he keeps doubling down and demands everyone respect or like agree with them or like treat him as some sort of deity with anything that comes out of his mouth. And that if we don't agree with what he says, then that we're some sort of we're the enemy of the almighty God of Quantum TV, that type of shit.
Can't say, oh, these toxic players, and then proceed to then be toxic directly after you accuse people of being toxic. So we all know how the YouTubes work. Another YouTuber by the name of Review Tech USA found wind of what was ongoing with Mischief's channel and the fact that Quantum TV was threatening him to file a false DMCA strike, and that led into a whole nother drama. And then there was another drama with the Ackman. But Review Tech USA makes a video response covering the situation with Mischief and Quantum TV, and Review Tech USA does a live stream finding a bunch of social media posts from 2018, 2019, 2020 from Quantum TV on his Twitter account. This is where things just kind of take a spin, right? And as he's live streaming these tweets, these very, very bigoted tweets, and just for context and clarity,
in response to a picture of two people kissing.
Yeah, man, definitely. If he had just stopped, if he ended with his Elden Ring review videos, he would not be under as much, he would not have gotten as much attention or garnered the amount of attention that he has now. It's definitely a lot of it, some of it has to do with people like me reviewing the situation, but we're just doing it because we're trying to inform everyone what happened at this point in time. Meanwhile, Quantum TV kept doubling down on his idea that he has to be in the right 24/7. He can never be wrong. Which results in him being in a situation now where not only the internet knows about, where not only did it start with a shitty review on a video game, it now has elevated to the fact that he's now recognized as being a bigot, a racist, a homophobe, and just an awful, toxic person in general. He has no one to blame but himself.
Kissing in a church, he wrote, "Too bad you weren't a Pulse victim." In reference to the Pulse nightclub shooting, an incident at a gay bar where 47 people were killed. Get this piece of trash off of YouTube.
Isn't it funny when people try to call you a bigot and a homophobe when they're literally exactly what they're trying to accuse you of being? Look at you. Literally look at what you're doing. It's rich watching you try to paint me as some sort of bigot, as you literally are one.
He put up very, very hateful things towards the LGBTQ community, and I'm not just talking mean words. He actually wished death on them. Wishing death upon someone is another story. I seriously question your sanity, and this is what Quantum TV wrote back. They deserve it. The world is better off without them forcing their lifestyle on it. These are your accounts that you had linked on your YouTube, but all of a sudden you're not responsible for them? That's not how it works.
Man, a guy who consistently wishes
Pretty much.
death upon other people? Does that sound like someone we know?
At the end of the day, go kill yourself, man.
You see, Rich was able to successfully prove a connection between the hateful things you said on Facebook and Twitter and your YouTube account and Discord. What else have you said?
Just had some girl named Lindsay attack me via heterophobic messages spamming homosexual acts. This is my response to all who are heterophobic. And he shows someone, LGBT activist, attacked in Georgia.
And instead of coming to me like a man, you resorted to being a little bitch.
Very long list of things that Quantum has done. I will say this for the record. I don't. Homophobic and heterophobic people are all fucked up. They're all fucked up under one category. Like why, why are homophobic people? Why do you have a problem with people being gay? Heterophobic people. Why do you have a problem with people being straight? So it's like Quantum TV. The thing is, the other frustrating thing is about him being a homophobe. It's like he's trying to fight. He thinks he's fighting the good fight in people who are apparently heterophobic or people who attack him that are heterophobic. It's like, dude, neither of you are in the right. And that's another thing that I don't think he's come to realize is that you're not even like, it's like a lesser of two evils type of thing, but both are pretty much on equal footing as far as evil. It's like that type of shit. You are bad, and you are also bad. You both are fucking idiots. It's like that video from that video clip from The Office. You both are idiots. As the two walk out of the room with the mask on. I think it was Dwight and I forgot the dude's name. Fuck. But yeah, it was like you both are idiots. That's pretty much how I feel about homophobic and heterophobic people. It's like, why can't you just respect people's preferences? You can't dictate their lives and what they should do. At the same time, it's like, you also can't just say, what was I about to say? Fuck, I was just about to say something that had a good point to it. Damn it, I don't remember. Fuck. We're just gonna keep watching.
About it and doing what you knew would get you views, and you tried to use the gay community against me and weaponize shit. And at the end of the day, Rich, you've got no fucking leg to stand on, and you need to shut the fuck up, okay?
Nah, I wouldn't say he's the Spider-Man pointing fingers meme. That would be if you were to relate him as a homophobe with heterophobic person. Yeah, that meme would work, but it's like definitely neither heterophobic or homophobic people are in the right. Both are messed up mentally when it comes to that idea of forcing sexual preference on other people. Oh, you should be gay, or oh, you should be straight. Both versions are fucked up.
The reality is, it is what it is. I got hacked in 2018, and everything you find from 2018 is just that. It's a fucking hack. I don't owe you an apology, and I'm not fucking sorry for shit I didn't do. That's it.
God damn those motherfucking hackers, man. Quantum TV claims that he was hacked. And this is one of the biggest bullshit responses to your own bigotry that I've ever seen or witnessed on the internet. But what just confuses me is if you had access to your account, you got access from the hacker, why wouldn't you go back in your, post history and delete all these bigoted homophobic posts? The first thing I would do is go onto my social media if I was hacked and delete anything that a hacker posted. But these were up for months, weeks, years, and you have the fucking balls to say, I was hacked. No, you weren't, buddy. Because if you were hacked, how would all these posts magically get deleted at the exact same time he's live streaming about you and highlighting these posts? No hacker is going to coincidentally remove bigoted posts.
What I have on screen right now is a Discord message from the day before he decided to claim he was hacked, in which he claims he merely just hadn't used those accounts in a while. I would love to hear the explanation of how the day before he claimed he was hacked, he had simply not used the account in a while, but then the next day his account was supposedly hacked. Blatantly homophobic comments littered throughout his Facebook, and something's telling me this could be the reasoning as to why he hates being criticized so much, because if he were to ever get into drama, these unsavory comments would come flying out at him, which is hilarious because he's clearly never heard of the Streisand effect, and that is exactly what's been happening now that he's been in drama. It is also exactly how everyone found these disgusting and outrageous comments of which Quantum has actually yet to disavow. All he's done is said they're terrible. Not only this, but these are also the views he still holds to this day, shown by a now deleted article on his blog site that he claimed was posted by his moderators, even though he also at the exact same time claims to be a one-man army regularly, and on a blog site still linked to his YouTube, by the way, in which he goes on a genuinely insane rant about the LGBT community. It takes a hell of a lot of fucked up things to get me to say that someone should be removed off a platform. This is one of of those cases. We should not have bigots like this on YouTube, especially when they've been rumored to have previously been banned from the platform for their bigotry. I mean, this guy actively went out of his way to spread COVID misinformation and voter fraud misinformation across Facebook, along with telling people he wants to beat up LGBT members and hoping for them to become shooting victims. This is a man who has broken every conceivable YouTube guideline and yet is somehow still on the platform.
Anyone who actually believes this horseshit spewing from Quantum TV's mouth, you're an idiot. Plain and simple. But what did Quantum TV do in retaliation to Review Tech USA? Well, he starts going on his YouTube.
I didn't even know he spread misinformation about the coronavirus. And what was the other one? I want to hear.
Victims. This is a man who wants to beat the platform for their bigotry. I mean, this guy actively went out of his way to spread COVID misinformation and voter fraud misinformation.
Voter fraud and coronavirus misinformation. That's on top of the fact that he also is a bigot, racist, homophobe. Uses anonymous phone calls to threaten people and doxing. Uses his own phone line to call people. Calls Ackman's one of the threats to dox or basically harass them. Threatens to sue people. Abuses the DMCA's copyright strike system. I mean, this motherfucker is creating a list so long, it's like an ingredients list for like a fucking recipe for a dish. It's fucking insane. It's long as fucking shit.
Across Facebook, along with telling people he wants to beat up.
The things he's done has reached the point where it's the length of an anaconda snake. Like, what the fuck? Motherfucker long.
LGBT members and hoping for them to become shooting victims. This is a man who has broken every conceivable YouTube guideline and yet is somehow still on the platform.
Anyone who actually believes this horseshit spewing from Quantum TV's mouth, you're an idiot. Plain and simple. But what did Quantum TV do in retaliation to Review Tech USA? Well, he starts going on his YouTube channel, calling him the P word. Yes, a P-E-D-O. Slandering somebody, calling somebody the P word just because they had the balls to call you out on your constant copyright abuse and your bigotry. You dare criticize my bigotry? Well, you're a P word. No evidence, no anything, just you're a P word because you watch a political streamer. Crazy, crazy, crazy shit that we live in. Well, see, things don't end there because Quantum TV has made a bunch of videos on Mischief, made a bunch of videos on Review Tech USA, and then started making videos on The Act Man, which, Quantum TV just seems to always one-up the things that he does. See, The Act Man has a YouTube channel with over 1 million.
It's not a one-up, Repsion. It's not called a one-up. It's called taking a shovel and digging another foot of dirt underneath them. Just keep digging that grave. He just keeps digging lower and lower into the ground. He's probably been drilling for oil this entire time.
Subscribers, he primarily covers video games, and the Act Man made a video in response to his horrible Elden Ring review. And in that review, well, the Act Man makes fun of the dude for his terrible video game review. And might I remind you is that Elden Ring is not the only game that he's completely, like, tried to criticize in, like, horrific ways, and his criticisms just don't make a lot of sense. Like, with Horizon Zero Dawn or whatever, like, in the start of the video, he mentioned that it made him uncomfortable that in certain cutscenes there were black people in the background, despite him being black himself. And I'm just like...
It's like an opposite racist type thing. It's like, how are you black and you're uncomfortable with seeing several black characters in a video game? It's racist as it is, even though he is black himself. It can still be racist. It would have been 10 times more racist if he was white. Like, let's be real. If he was white and he said these things, yeah, we would have all called him out as being a racist. It would have definitely been like a one-for-one shit. Or not one-for-one shit. It would have been definite at that point. It would have been no discussion, undisputed. Him and Ace Thorn probably are best buddies. They're the Batman and Robin of DMCA copyright abuse. I'm probably going to do an Ace Thorn video at some point. If I can, like, find or get my hands on some of his footage, I will actually not hesitate to make a video roasting the shit out of this guy, because I don't care if he fucking sends a copyright strike my way. Dog, even if I don't have the money that can afford, I can afford a lawyer I'll still fucking take his ass to court, and I will win that case. I don't care. You fucking threaten my livelihood. You know, I'm trying to be a YouTuber here, man. You're gonna take my channel down because I disagree with your opinion? Bet, bitch. Get ready to go to court. I'll see you in court for the next 4 weeks or month or longer. Especially if it can, it keeps me out of work that whole time too. That'd be some funny shit. Not that I'd be happy though. That'd be some money down the drain for you, boy. That'd be some money down the drain and experience that I probably need at this job.
What? That's so strange. And you know, I'm of the belief that anyone can be racist. Anyone, no matter your racial background, no matter your skin color.
It's like I'm biracial, and yet I've never given a fuck about how many, especially over the last decade. Maybe as a kid I was irrational with my thinking and thought this way, but and you know, as a kid, most of the time you don't think properly. You're irrational with some of your decisions and shit. But as an adult, especially over the last, not just an adult, over the last several years, it's like I don't give a fuck of a character, what the fuck the character looks like, as long as the character has depth to them. Like the character feels real. They can make jokes. They're charismatic, you know. They have qualities that make me attracted to them like a fucking magnet, you know, that type of stuff. That's what I want from a character. I don't give two fucks about having a character be a certain skin tone or look like a certain way.
No matter your racism, anybody can showcase racist behavior. And I think this guy really does demonstrate that with his disdain towards black people being in the backgrounds of cutscenes of video games. Oh, the horror. Joe Schmo down the street having a gangbang with 5 different men. I don't give a living fuck. How does that affect my lifestyle? How does this affect me? It doesn't. Go fuck yourself, Quantum TV. Maybe if you actually did that, maybe you would be a little less homophobic.
This is probably what has led to Quantum commenting his channel. He probably saw that clip and got butthurt. He definitely got butthurt seeing that comment.
Quantum TV filed a copyright strike on the Actman's video, and YouTube shockingly actually sided with the Actman. However, if a copyright strike is filed and it doesn't go through, YouTube gives you an email.
What I posted was fair use, and YouTube agrees with me, which is why they rejected the copyright takedown. Now keep in mind, in this legal document, not only is it false, but he didn't even bother to fill it out properly. The link to his video is missing, and he wrote the wrong title for the videos he was claiming. I have the original titles here. I will put them on screen. If you send a DMCA takedown notice that is both false and meant in bad faith, such as to harass or doesn't state a real claim, you have committed perjury.
Take that!
You posted these to YouTube. You can't file false claims and lie in the claim, you absolute moron.
But even if YouTube actually issues a copyright strike by default,
I really wish Actman just called him a dumbass in that clip. It would have been just... that would have been like a pastry. That would have been like a strawberry pastry covered in brownie, and like brownie fudge hot sauce, or like hot sauce. Brownie fudge chocolate syrup, that type of stuff. Pastry covered in chocolate syrup with brownies sprinkled on top of it. That would have been just a delicious take right there. Just a delicious comment.
it will be restored in 20 days if you counterfile, because the person filing a copyright strike has to, provide a court order to keep a video down, and nobody ever does that. Nobody has the means or the money to ever really do that, and most courts aren't going to take a copyright claim seriously when it's actually fair use. Regardless of that, the Actman made a video in response to Quantum TV, and then things got even a little bit more crazy with this dude. He decided that in retaliation, he would then contact the Actman's mother. I think contacting somebody's parents, no matter how you got that phone number, reaching out to somebody's parents, especially when the guy's an adult. The guy's an adult, dude. Contacting somebody's mom to bitch over the fact that they made a video laughing at a horrible video that you made on a video game. What's more pathetic, contacting somebody's parents, or just sitting back and, accepting the fact that your review was dog shit and that people can respond to you accordingly?
I'm calling on behalf of Quantum TV. Your son has been making a string of really defamatory posts about things he doesn't necessarily understand, and I want to try to talk about this. I mean, I'm trying to avoid any
What the
kind of
fuck?
litigation.
Wait, what the fuck is this? I never saw these ones. Wait, specifically the one in the middle right here, or the one on the right. What the? Okay, it's for fat people. I'm 106 pounds and don't get much cushion out of it. So you've also fat shamed people, Quantum. Excellent work. I can use it for my gaming chair, but wouldn't recommend unless you're 200 pounds. You fat shamed people too? Because being a homophobe, racist, bigot wasn't enough. You had to fat shame people too. I'm not even fat myself. I'm not even exactly fat myself. I'm just saying. I know fat people. They'd be probably pissed if they said this. Nudity. Not rated for nudity, but here it is. What the fuck? Just saw FOMO's TLC R646 review. Apparently FOMO is a supporter of Lucifer show. Like, wow, such a disgusting thing to put into... So I think, okay, maybe I did hear about this from the Axeman or something. FOMO satanic worshipping Mickey Mouse show. What the fuck is that? Mickey Mouse... Satanic worshipping Mickey Mouse show. And watch just about anyone else except B the installer. That's his bestie, so he's not too far behind his massive black immoral character. So apparently if you watch a show about the devil, that automatically makes you a satanic worshiper. I guess because I watched Hell of a Boss at some point in the last 8 months, I guess that makes me a satanic worshiper too. Alright, bet. Let me get that. I'm gonna have to get those candles and get ready for some sacrifice. And let me grab a few goats or some shit. Worshipping Mickey Mouse show. What the fuck?
Talking things out. So, is there any way I can get in contact with him? Your son is essentially sending a bunch of people after my business, which is
wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, I can 100% guarantee that is wrong. He did not send people after him. Why would you lie, Quantum? I'm gonna have Donald Trump fucking roasting his ass. Quantum, why would you consider doing this? You know better that he didn't send people after you. He never told people. He never typed it out. You liar. You're wrong.
I'm a YouTuber in the same respect, but he's making threats of being able to cancel my content and stuff based off of tweets and posts that he's getting from other people, none of which are true, which YouTube will be able to ascertain, but these are now becoming libel claims. And I want to be able to, I guess, talk to him to kind of mediate this out so that we don't have to go to court. Because the damages that he's causing are quite substantial. I'm a bigot, I'm a homophobe, I'm committing penalty under perjury. I mean, copyright abuse, as he
was just smoking a blunt.
to download my content off of my channel.
I think he was just smoking a blunt, living life.
Piracy isn't a victimless crime, as we know. I mean, by any means, if he's available to talk, or you're the guardian for him, I'd imagine, I can send over a cease and desist letter from my lawyer. I mean, this is to the point where it's getting out of hand. Yeah, I mean, if you can talk to him, because listen. I'm not devoid of reason, okay? I understand we have families, and we all have opinions about things online, and that can be frustrating sometimes. He's under the misassumption that, A, I was trying to
He's just
smoking
smoking a blunt.
of this content. I was just
His
looking
house.
into options to stop him from taking my content down. That's really
Fuck,
all
man, I
it's
might
about.
need a fucking blunt to hear any more Quan shit in a few weeks. Because I swear, doing all these streams, if I do another stream within another few days, I might legit need to fucking smoke a blunt. And just, thank God I have a coworker who can hook me up, bro, because I might fucking need it at some point. Jesus
Video game
Christ.
review, he disagreed with it. His friends gave him my content, and they're basically sharing it all over the internet, making fun of my face and my image and my brand, and lying about my results of my professional work, and it's getting to the point where it's affecting me on a monetary level. And it's something that's not necessary. My name, at this point in time, I'm pretty sure he already has that information through copyright claims. I mean, at this point, I want to limit the amount of information that we're giving out. because I don't plan on doing a whole lot, if not necessary. You know what I mean? Well, if we're being completely honest here, your son is causing a lot of damages to my brand.
I just want to keep watching this just so I can see Repsion's reaction as he smokes the blunt.
Reputation. And frankly, I really don't want to confirm on a phone call, which may or may not be recorded. I have no idea who I am or what my intentions are entirely. I mean, if you're comfortable with it, you can give him my phone number, and me and your son can have a conversation. No malice or anything behind this.
And what is even more wild is that he posted the whole phone conversation with the Act Man's mom on his YouTube channel like this is some amazing flex. Dude, that's creepy. That's weird. Imagine if I contacted somebody's mom and...
One thing I don't think Repsion is going to point out in this one, so I'm just going to say it here. He fucking turned off the comments in that video. You cannot comment down below anymore. At least I don't think you can anymore. You could. I think he's turned it off. Last time I checked, I had to look again because someone commented on him and said, "How did you find?" Or not, "How did you find it? Why can't we hear the Act Man's mother on the other end?" And he said, "Oh, it's a two-person consent law here, so I can't ask her for permission." You know, or not ask for permission. I can't reveal her end of the call without getting her consent. And he replied to that person within the hour. I replied in response, and I showed in the previous stream. I said, "Okay, so why didn't you fucking ask her for permission? How do you forget such a crucial thing, like asking for one's consent and using audio? It's not even that difficult. It's just you open up and tell you who you are, where you're from, and why you're calling the person, and then after that you ask them for permission. Hey, can I put or have your line of the call available for people to listen to, so we can hear both sides of the phone call in the video." He didn't even ask, and I feel like it's two reasons. It's either because A, he forgot, or B, he forgot that he was doing it in a room where he had a security camera with the audio. So by technicality, he can't even tell her that, "Oh, I'm fully recording the audio here for you to listen." So he couldn't even do that either. Which, it's like, you're a fucking idiot. Just have an audio, just have a recorder next to the phone and talk to her on speaker. How fucking hard is it, Quantum, to just think rationally? I didn't think it was actually a fucking challenge for one to think on a rational sense or on a rational level. It's numbing to know that he can't think like this. Not to mention sad.
and recorded the conversation because somebody left a hate comment on my YouTube, like in the comment section of my videos. Do you know how insane that is? You're literally taking 2 revolvers and blowing off your toes. You're shooting yourself in the foot multiple times with your actions and decisions. Like, you can't process how when you're going too far with somebody. And I love how Quantum TV always mentions somebody, this person's criticizing me with 900,000 subscribers or this amount of subscribers. When, dude, you originally got, this whole thing started because you were upset with this guy named Mischief, who was 16, by the way, a 16-year-old making a video response to you. You got mad, and he had less than, at the time, 5,000 subscribers. And you got mad over that, and then this blew out.
I don't think Mischief will ever watch this, but I'm low-key jealous of the fact that his voice is deeper than mine, and I'm 4 years older than him. His fucking balls must have dropped when he was 14, bro. How does that work?
Out of proportion because you couldn't have self-control. You couldn't just sit back and be a normal motherfucker for 10 seconds now being terminally ill online because somebody has something to say that's different than what you think. And you can't handle that. You are a pile of shit for trying to take people's content down falsely because you can't be held accountable for your own goddamn words, your own tweets, your own bigotry, your own doxing. YouTube, Quantum TV, has a ripple effect. Once you try to hide shit and evidence of your own criminal doings, of your own illegal DMCAs, of your own bigotry, when you try to hide things and push it under the table, at least with the YouTube community, we come back full force. People and other creators who do commentary like myself, we will cover this shit. We will cross-promote other videos in defense of people who are falsely being attacked by some crazy fuck like yourself. And that's what I'm doing today with this video. Those are the Quantum TV files. And I'm sure this is not going to be the last video that I make. Keep your eyes peeled. This video may be DMCA'd, or he may make 5-6 videos on me simply because I'm bringing awareness to the situation. Until next time, thank you for watching. My name is Daniel. Videos that are referenced by Mischief.
I'm going to subscribe now officially to Repzion. Repzion, your video was excellent. Very good. Excellent work. Alright, so I need to find the stream from Quantum, so I'm gonna mute myself or mute the audio. This is gonna take a minute because again, it's gonna have to look for it. Anyways, I need to go back through the chat because I want to see where Rambo Tweety pointed it out. Timestamp is 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 10 seconds. Members only was enabled. What the fuck? That's so fucking stupid. So lame. You have to be a fucking member. Slow chat. Slow mode is off. Chat away. What the fuck? Okay, whatever. Alright, let's see what more retarded shit he has to say. Or not.
With a Z. Okay, brother, I'm sitting on 1,008 hours. No, I already got that one. Yeah, I already got that one. Mrs. Q. Mrs. Q in the chat. We've got, let's see. Message deleted by Handicart Mexican. Ah, I see. I don't know. I feel like I've recognized that picture before. That Repzion? I feel like I've seen that person before. I can't remember where, but I'm pretty sure I've seen that before. I don't know. Message deleted by Handicart. You guys don't delete anything if it's not bad. I didn't see it, so I trust your judgment 100%. And Nesquik showing the love, $1.99, $1.49. You're showing the love, man. I appreciate it, man. You guys really don't have.
I don't know how this guy. I don't know how he gets donations, but I don't fucking care.
We can take them even further, unlocking more levels to the TV. I'm a bit of a nerd if you haven't noticed.
Alright, well, that's about it for that one. There was. What the fuck else did I want to talk about this stream? I'm already annoyed by this dude, what he has to say. I will say this, though. That second channel he has, the one, Controversial Truth, he had a community post when it was originally called Quantum TV Vlogs. When it was still called that, he had a community post to that video. I can't find it anymore because he fucking deleted it. So, he's now separated that channel essentially from his main channel. So you can't even find what he originally does. Anyway, that's probably gonna do it for this. I did not expect this stream to go on for almost 2 hours, but here we are, an hour 56 minutes in. I think tonight I'll probably spend an hour because I need to fix a few videos, or not a few videos. I'm gonna take the streams, all the Quantum streams. I'm gonna shift them over to Zeta Talks finally. I'm gonna try and do it tonight. I'm trying to be up tonight to do it. And then while I'm at it, I need to separate my gaming stream earlier between College Troops 2K5 and MVP NCAA Baseball 2007. I need to separate those two into separate streams, essentially, into separate section them off. They'll still be here on Data Streaker 47, but other than that, that's pretty much it for this stream. I don't remember what else I wanted to go over. I still want to do more gaming. I can probably look over more of these Quantum TV things as later on. Oh dear, 3 hours from like some rice. Yeah, I could probably do this one later because what was it? I still want to play more MVP NCAA 07. I want to play more MVP 07 today, but that's pretty much it for this one. I'm going to end the stream here. Thank you, everyone.